right, so good evening, everyone. Welcome to the City of Tempe Housing Authority quarterly meeting for Thursday, January 14th, 2021. The time is now 5:46 p.m. Due to concerns over COVID-19 exposure, the city has implemented measures to protect our community, including the closing of council chambers and limiting public attendance to electronic means only. Members of the public may view the live meeting proceedings on Tempe Channel 11 or attend the meeting virtually through Cisco WebEx events by visiting tempe.gov/clerk for more information. Item number 1 is call to the audience. The City Council welcomes public comment at this time only for items listed on the agenda. There is a 3-minute time limit per citizen. Madam Clerk, do we have any comments or requests to speak?
No comment cards for this meeting, Mayor.
Great, thank you very much. Then we'll move on to item number 2, which is the approval of City of Tempe Housing Authority meeting minutes for October 15th, 2020. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Moved by Councilmember Cubie. Do I have a second?
Second.
Seconded by Councilmember Garland. I'll go ahead and take a roll call vote. Councilmember Navarro?
Aye.
Councilmember Cubie?
Aye.
Councilmember Garland?
Aye.
Vice Mayor Keating?
Yes.
Councilmember Arredondo Savage?
Aye.
Councilmember Adams?
Aye.
And resident Jack Drummond? Okay. And then I vote aye as well. That item passes 7-0 with Mr. Drummond absent. Next up, we have item number 3, which is the Housing Authority Governing Board quarterly update. Quarter ended December 31st, 2020. I'm going to call upon LaVon Lamy for an update.
Good evening, Housing Authority Governing Board. My name is LaVon Lamy, and I manage housing services for the City of Tempe. The purpose of tonight's meeting is to provide the Housing Authority Governing Board with an update on the Housing Authority's activities for the period ended December 31st, 2020, and to provide updates as it relates to current programming. Currently, typically at our January meeting, we are reviewing or taking the first review of our agency plan, an update to our 5-year plan, and the Housing Authority Administrative Plan updates. However, due to COVID-19, HUD had previously issued some waivers to operating practices. Those waivers have been extended, and there has been updated guidance from HUD as it relates to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. With that being the case, unfortunately, we are having to push those agency plan and administrative plan updates to our April meeting so that we can incorporate all of the current waivers that will extend through 2021. As it relates to the current events of the Housing Authority and the grant applications and furthering the objectives of the Housing Authority, we did want to provide an update that we have submitted our application for the Housing Choice Voucher Mobility Demonstration Grant to HUD. It is anticipated that the results of the selected participants, for that should be known here within the next couple of months, by May at the latest. The Mobility Demonstration Grant is an additional allocation of Housing Choice Vouchers. It is vouchers specifically geared for families preferenced with children under the age of 13, but for families with children under the age of 17, the goal being to assist those families with all supportive services and needs in order to move to lower poverty census tracts. An additional grant, actually 2 grants, that we are putting in for. The Arizona Department of Housing on December 22nd put out notices of funding available, or NOFAs, one of which was for the conversion, acquisition, or rehabilitation of emergency or transitional housing. The second application is for emergency subsistence payments. These funds can be used for food, clothing, housing assistance, and or utility assistance. Given the need in the community, we are primarily writing the grant for Arizona Department of Housing to request utility assistance funds. These funds can be used for electric, water, and sewer, and those are funds that we do not currently have available ADOH is processing those applications in the order they are received, and they have said that they are moving them as quickly as possible. So we are expecting a response to our applications here within the upcoming week, if not 2 weeks. Moving into program updates. For the Housing Choice Voucher Program as a whole, or the Section 8 program, HUD is putting out some retroactively increasing our budgets for the calendar year 2020. They are also providing additional funding for calendar year 2021 due to the ongoing pandemic. So we are increasing our leasing volume, pulling families off of the waiting list in order to utilize those additional housing assistance payments and bring families in need on the program. The HUD VASH program, which is a program that HUD runs in conjunction with the Veterans Affairs Administration, is fully leased. We have 10 vouchers for that program. All 10 vouchers are currently being utilized, and we are not expecting an expansion of that program at this time. The Mainstream program, which is the program designed for individuals or families who have a household member who has some type of disability. Again, that program has leasing increasing due to the additional availability of funding. So we are bringing more families off of the waiting list and onto that program. The Family Unification program, which is the program we run in conjunction with the Department of Children's Services. We are processing additional applications that we have received from DCS. That is a referral only program. However, there is additional funding available there so that we can bring more families in. The Home TBRA program, the TBRA 3 program, and the CB3 program are all processing applications and will be fully utilized when we have completed application processing. The Home TBRA program and the TBRA 3 program are, the Home TBRA program is a 2-year program, time-limited program designed to assist families who are currently homeless or would be homeless due to fleeing domestic violence. The TBRA 3 program is a 6-month assistance program as a result of emergency assistance for households that have been adversely financially impacted due to COVID. And the CB3 program is the CARES Act Coronavirus Round 3 program, with funds specifically being utilized for rent and mortgage assistance. We are processing applications. All 3 of those programs will be full when we have completed application processing at the end of this month, and will, as that was one time for TBRA 3 and CB3, as that was one-time COVID funding that was a result of the CARES Act. Once those funds are expended, we will not be able to replace that program unless there are additional allocations in the future. The Bridge program. The Bridge program is a program we operate in conjunction with behavioral health. That program is specifically designed for individuals or families who have serious mental illness in the household. That program is fully leased at this time. The H2 program, which is another program we run in conjunction with behavioral health. We are processing additional applicants that we've received from the Regional Behavioral Health Authority. There has been a little bit of an increase of funding there, and B, we have been able to move some of those families onto other more permanent housing options, which then created availability within that program. To provide the board with an update on Tempe Coalition for Affordable Housing, Inc., or what we refer to as the affiliate, we currently have 43 units leased. We do have 2 units down that are undergoing remodel. We needed to do some minor updating to appliances and just basic repairs. As part of this program and then the way the affiliate has operated, residual proceeds finance the unit remodels and the ongoing operating and maintenance of these units. We currently have a little over $110,000 in savings for repair and maintenance of the units, along with capital maintenance. The way we have structured this so that there is, we are reasonably assured to have sufficient cash on hand to deal with the maintenance issues of these units. And year one of ownership, 100% of the proceeds go into savings. Year two through basically 99, 20% of the monthly gross rent is remitted to savings to fund the long-term care of the units, with 80% then being able to be used for operations, maintenance, acquisition of new units, and or remodels. We are also taking advantage of some of the nice weather right now, and some of the scheduled maintenance, roof replacements, and HVAC upgrades that we had scheduled. We are getting in process in order to make sure that we are staying ahead of the summer heat for some of our older HVAC units that are scheduled for replacement. Overall, those are the operations for the quarter ended December 30th, December 31st, 2020. And if anyone has any questions or comments on the the board presentation.
Thank you very much, Levon. Anyone from council, any comments or questions?
Vaughn, thank you for the information. You guys are doing a great job on just managing what we constantly go through every day with the homelessness and trying to get people housing and trying to find solutions. I just want to say thank you for staying on this. It really helps us as a city for sure. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Navarro. Councilmember Cubie?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Levon. I know how exhausting this has been. There's so much need out there, and we have such kind-hearted, compassionate leadership in the city, and I attribute that to you, Naomi, and all the rest, Paul. The need is tremendous, and it must be really difficult in having to deal with having to turn people away when we have had to, knowing that there's additional funding coming in from the COVID. I don't know if it's not the CARES Act. I forget what they called it. Is fortifying. And I heard from the Tempe Community Action Agency that they have $800,000 in rent assistance funds remaining for COVID affected households. They say mostly utility assistance, and that it expires on the 28th. So I assume that you work with them to help locate people who might be in need. And there's a lot of sharing of information, so we don't see any of that money go to waste.
Yes, Board Member Kubi, we definitely distribute the flyer for TCAA when folks have need for any of the services that they have. We have also provided our flyers to TCAA so that they can distribute to anyone who may be in need of assistance that they don't have. We do work the best we can to make sure that we're cross-communicating on what assistance is available for which populations, to make sure that we're able to expend funds and help as many folks as possible.
Thank you so much. And thanks as ever for posting the quarterly reports online too. I think it's a great resource when residents have questions about our housing policy. We can direct them right there to the latest report. So thanks for doing that.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Councilmember Cubie. Any other council members, comments or questions? All right. Hearing none. Thank you so much, Levon. Appreciate it. And this meeting is adjourned at 5:59 p.m. So we'll have about a minute. We'll get started up again. Thank you, everyone.